Hello and welcome back to the Second Chance Live channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to watch this video presentation. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be talking about fear, anger, and guilt and how they impact our lives. To read the article, I'll bring the article up after I put my glasses on. Here's the article. Don't let your fear, anger, and guilt stop you from living your dreams. Fear, anger, and guilt no longer have to stop me. Fear, anger, and guilt no longer have to intimidate me. Instead, I can examine how my fear, anger, and guilt impact what I think about myself and my reality. In the process, I am able to stop allowing fear, anger, and guilt to dictate the quality of my life. Through becoming aware of my fear, anger, and guilt, I will no longer have to be anxious, or I no longer have to be anxious. I no longer have to allow my fear, anger, and guilt to stop me from living my life and my dreams. As I accept how my fear, anger, and guilt affect my reality, I'm able to replace my fear, anger, and guilt. Replace my fear, anger, and guilt with concepts and solutions. Concepts and solutions that will empower and build me up. Build me up instead of defeating and keeping me down. In the process, my fear, anger, and guilt will become my teachers instead of being my enemies. Our circumstances are not meant to keep us down, but they are meant to build us up. And that's a quote by Craig J. Phillips, MRCBA, myself. And here's another quote. If you do not like something, change it. If you cannot change it, change the way you think about it. And that's by Mary Engelbrett. With this realization, I am able to ask several empowering questions. Empowering questions that will help me to see my fear, anger, and guilt in a new way. In a way that will give me the ability to take a different course of action. That will allow me to see that there are gifts in my fear, anger, and guilt. And what I've found is that by asking several questions, I learn how to be empowered by my fear, anger, and guilt instead of being intimidated and kept in anxiety over my fear, anger, and guilt. Here are several questions that I posited or that I wrote that helped me to figure things out at these times. Here are the questions. What are the gifts present in my fear, anger, and guilt? What are my fear, anger, and guilt teaching me about my experience? What can I do about my fear, anger, and guilt that will change the way that they impact me? What can I change in my life that will overcome my fear, anger, and guilt? What steps can I take to change the way that I think and feel about my fear, anger, and guilt? And how can I empower my life and my well-being through my fear, anger, and guilt? And the last question is, what can I do differently so that I no longer feel intimidated by my fear, anger, and guilt? And then, if I still feel stuck by my fear, anger, and guilt today, as I was yesterday, I need to revisit these questions again. And here's a final quote. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting, or you're getting. Again, the quote is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. You want change, make some. And that's by Courtney C. Stevens. This is the end of the video presentation. Before I go, let me encourage you with something that I need to remember on a daily basis. Do the footwork, trust God with the outcomes. The pieces of the puzzle of your experience and the lessons that you're learning will come together to create the opportunities that will prepare you for following your destiny and your dreams, one day at a time. So don't give up. More will be revealed with time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and God bless both you and your family. So long now.